Hello and welcome to my channel. This is the tarot journey. I'll be sharing with you for the next 22 cards, which is the major arcana. And if you're interested in learning about the tarot, you can follow along with the introduction here. I'll be talking about each of the different major arcana cards. Or you can skip ahead and go directly to your reading. This will be group 1, group 2, and group 3. History. Welcome to the Fool card, the first card in the major arcana. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the card, but as far as the background goes, I am going to link in the description a wonderful podcast from Haunted Objects, Greg and Dana Newkirk. They just do a fantastic job talking about the history and more about the artist, Pamela Coleman Smith, and she just did an amazing job with all of the symbolism in each of these cards from the Rider-Waite Tarot. So I'm just going to go over briefly some of the symbolism and talk about how the card can be used. So as you can see, it's a 0, which represents the first card and also, represents the beginning of our hero's journey, coming into this life. And so it's a very naive and optimistic card. As you can see in the background, there's a lot of mountains, which represent, in all of this particular deck's cards, the challenges of life. So I also love that his tunic here is like a wing on each side, so that he has this extra momentum to fly off of this cliff, which is really fun. Just a fun element. There's a white flower here, which I believe represents peace, and a red feather in his cap or in his hair. I'm not sure if there's a cap there, which red represents vitality. And then he's got his knapsack, which represents everything he needs for this journey. And he's ready to go with his companion who's jumping here along with him. And I love that there is an animal companion, because in my favorite stories, especially movies, when there's an animal, it represents compassion, and it adds a lot of humor usually into the situation, even if it's a serious story. And I love that. So he's not alone, and he's looking up. So he's definitely trusting something beyond himself. And of course, the gender doesn't matter, because this is all about our hero's journey. We are the hero of our own lives. I think I already said that, but it's really important. And so we do have to trust. There's a lot of things we don't know about, but jumping off of this and starting something fresh, that's what this is all about. And all of this yellow sunshine in the background is a great representation of optimism and fun and happiness. So that is the Fool card traditionally. And then you'll be seeing, I do want to talk about the reversal, but you'll be seeing different versions. And I love that each of these different versions has a new interpretation. And it takes from this, it goes from this original, but it definitely is it's evolving. The tarot is evolving. And that is how the hero's journey is supposed to be. Even Joseph Campbell, the great scholar on the hero's journey, said in a Bill Moyers interview, he said that our mythology needs to change. It needs to evolve along with us. And I do feel like we are doing that. And artists and writers are doing that with the tarot, and as well as readers. It's all meant to activate us in a different way. So I love that there's so many opportunities out there to try something new, something new. So that's the traditional, and I'll set it aside. And then when it'll just be here as part of the reading, and then you'll be choosing your own journey. And I hope that along this this journey over the next 22 cards of the major arcana, that you will share your journey. And I want this to be a channel of acceptance and support, spiritual support, for all of us who are on this great journey of life. And we don't have all the answers, but we're looking and we're learning as we go along. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. I forgot to mention the reversal. So very quickly, if you are using the reversal of this card, it would represent, traditionally, negligence or risk taking that is dangerous for yourself and others. You can see it as the shadow side when it's in reverse. You can see it as lesser energy, or you can see it as a what's the last one? That it needs to be paid attention. So, an area to be paid attention to. The way I see it is that it's a release when it's in reverse. So, for example, because when it's in the upright, it's very much about optimism and hope and starting something new. In reverse, it's that maybe that's naive right now, and you need to use your experience and not just jump off the cliff. So kind of a release from that energy, that naive energy, that you have this experience and you're looking at it in a new way, almost like a hanged man perspective. But we'll get to that. It just depends on the other cards that are surrounding this card and how I interpret it. But for the most part, if it comes out in reverse, that's how I interpret it. After many years of reading, that's my experience and that's what I feel. So share what you feel about the reversal, if you don't mind, in the comments. I'm really curious, and how you use it or how you see it. Okay, now we'll do the actual reading. So enjoy. Hello, Group 1. If you chose this card, this Fool card from the Light Seers Tarot, you will see there's quite a different feel from the traditional one. And she has a crystal in her hand it feels like she has assistance in holding this, and she's contemplating dropping it into this pool, which has this sacred geometry in it, sacred geometry flower of life. And she doesn't necessarily have a companion, but as I was looking at this rock that she's standing on almost looks like an animal. It looks like a kind of an alligator, but not exactly. So anyway, I just thought that was kind of fun. I never noticed that before. But she's holding on to this. It doesn't even look like it's attached to a tree. I was going to say twig, but it looks more like a wand, actually. So it's something, maybe it's held by something else, but she's got her eyes closed and she is allowing herself to trust. She's kind of at this angle where she could fall in as well. And so she's trusting that balance. So it's kind of interesting because it looks like you have been going through a very emotional time, and you've had a spiritual awakening, and it has shifted your perspective. And that is why you chose this card, because you feel a little bit off kilter, and you're holding on to something that isn't exactly supporting you, but it's holding you in place, but you're ready to let go. And that's what this vision, this very connected to the universe card, is all about. So this outpouring of emotion that you've had has made you stronger and has made you really aware of your values and where you want to go. So you're embarking on this new journey now, with this new knowing inside of yourself, because you've had either a vision, an aha moment, maybe a succession of aha moments, but you're being very guided by your crown chakra. You're allowing yourself to trust that the messages you're getting are meant for you, and including this message. I hope it helps you on your journey. This is a 40, which equates to a 4 when you add the two together. So it's all about stability, finding a new stable, a new comfort zone for yourself. And I feel like that is what you're in search of right now. You're formulating and creating. So this 8 here is all about your courage and your willingness. This is almost a continuation of this card. Like, she's gone over the waterfall and she's fallen into this frothy water, and it's a little disorienting, but where it comes out is in this very ethereal plane of knowing and of having stability and going, okay, I know what my pillars are. I know what my stability, my safety, my strengths are. And that's where you're at right now. You're kind of in between the two, and you're going to a very powerful into a very powerful energy and to a very powerful place within yourself. So I do feel like you've taken some time to figure this out on your own, and that's really necessary. You've got quiet time. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. Expect a miracle. Be strong, and purification. So I'm going to come back to those, but I want to go up here to these tarot cards. We've got the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Cups, and the Knave of Wands. So some very fresh energy with these knights, and you're moving forward. And this energy here is really interesting because it's very much reflected in this card. So you've got the dove. We've got a dove here. This dove is carrying the peace symbol, and this dove is on fire. It actually has wings of fire, which is you heading into excuse me, heading into this fiery, passionate new beginning. So, and you're looking in this card, she's looking toward this fiery dove, leaving this, holding the cup, knowing what your emotions are, and finding that balance between your emotional fulfillment and your passionate drive. So, kind of leaving some of the big ideas behind, like, I'm not so sure, thinking that you're thinking, I'm not so sure that idea that I originally had was where I want to go. So I want to go in again, more water, go where I can have assistance and help. So this white cat has carried forward into allowing someone to help him or her get across this stream. So really allowing yourself to have assistance, either from your spirit team or from a counselor or from good friends and family, whoever really supports you in your pure desires, this white purity of what you want for your life. So keep going forward. It really feels powerful. Expect a miracle. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. Be strong. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. Coventina says it is time for a cleansing detoxification of your body and mind. But I feel like you've already started that, just kind of getting some of those toxic ideas, victim mode ideas out of your mind, and really accepting who you are. you've accepted some help here from your divine sources, and sitting in your power. She's on this throne with this beautiful veil and this kind of sunflower headdress. And she's got her lions here represented. And she's just sitting in her power. And I do feel like that is you. You are becoming this powerful, clear source of energy. And that's because you've been willing to go on this journey. You've been willing to have the courage to actually look at things in a fresh perspective and accept help. It's not easy to accept help when you're having an emotional situation, and you've done that. You've asked for help. And if you haven't already received it, you are going to receive it. So trusting in that. But in the meantime, knowing that the hero's journey is about taking that leap of faith and then trusting what's on the other side. So you can do it. I feel like you've got everything that you need, and keep going forward. So that is your reading. I hope to see you next time with the next card in the Major Arcana. Hello, Group 2. If you chose this Fool from the Tarot of the Abyss, it's definitely a darker, this particular deck is all about the shadow side. So it's very interesting that you chose this one. And the way this Fool is depicted is so interesting to me, because she is looking kind of tattered and wild. Her hair is very wild, and it feels like she's just been through hell. And she is so ready for a new beginning. And that's why she's willing to take this leap of faith, because anything, she's at that phase where she's like, anything could be better than what I've had, what I've experienced. So it's a completely different, she's got her eyes closed and instead of open and looking up, but she's definitely, her disposition is looking up. She's exhausted. She's tired from the journey. Even though she's starting fresh, she's definitely not feeling fresh at this moment. And you can see the mountains in the distance. There is sunshine, and there are two birds for her companions, and I feel like she's listening to their calls, and that's what's guiding her. And she knows, there's some pieces falling off, so she can feel that she's ready to step off, but she's ready. She's definitely, feeling ready to do this. And she's very lightly, loosely holding on to this wand that looks like there might be a knapsack behind it, or it might just be holding up her wild hair. It's hard to say, but she is definitely ready for this new journey, and she's ready to take the risk. She has the courage to do it. I'm going to set this over here. Okay, now let's take a look at the Cat's Tarot that came out, and you got the Devil in reverse, Death, and the Eight of Cups, which is so perfect for this particular card. You are done with the toxic relationships, and I feel like you are just released from this kind of chained up reality. You don't need that anymore, and that drama from the past is just, it's caused this death. And death is really powerful because it's all about the rebirth and the ending of something that needed to end. You've got the black flowers, and this energy is only one phase of life. It's one dark phase, and you're ready to move on. You're in the transition of transforming yourself. And This Eight of Cups, I love that this is in reverse because you're being released from this energy where you are just so done with all of these things that you have coveted in the past, and you're ready to embark on this new journey. But as you can see, this particular cat is looking out the door, wanting to leave all of this behind. But you can see that this golden path is leading up a mountain. And I feel like is why this is in reverse. This is why you're releasing this, because you don't want to go up another mountain. You're tired of challenges. You are done with doing things the hard way. You're ready to do things in a way that feels fun and enjoyable and relaxing, and you'll be able to rest and truly just enjoy life instead of all this hardship. So good for you. You have you have definitely seen the light, and you're not going to put up with it anymore. And what I love from the goddesses is we have Mary Magdalene, Diana, Freya, and Damara. And on both sides here, we have this very soft, loving side of you. And I feel very strongly that you've developed into this focused intention and this bold energy. And this is who you are now. But you haven't left this behind. And that's a beautiful thing, because it's so important to have this loving, soft side. What you have learned, though, is that being nice all of the time and maybe not having boundaries and not saying no, or having trouble saying no, which I can relate to. I used to have a really hard time saying no, and I had to learn how to say, not right now, not right now. And then step back from it and see if it was something I really wanted and felt right, felt good to me. So then, from there, now I can say no with conviction, and it's fine. But for a long time, I had a hard time saying no. And maybe that's where you've been. But I feel like you are taking this soft, gentle, loving side of you, and kind of gathering it up and really reassessing. So, unconditional love is love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. That's who you are. But what you've learned is that you can trust yourself now. You know who is out to get someone else and not appreciate you, or you're very protective of children and animals, and now you're learning to protect yourself. So there's nothing wrong with that. Not everyone is out for a good purpose. They're not there like you are to be kind and to be loving and generous with their energy and their lives. So just stay away from them now, and you can see them for what they are. Now you have a focused intention, and notice that these mountains are in the background. She's looking this way, away from the mountains. Again, what you want is, you don't want more challenges. You don't want to force yourself into these difficult situations anymore. You've learned your lessons. You don't have to work so hard, and you know that. So keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. You definitely have that focused vision now. She was seeing the big picture, but not what was really important. And now you know what is really important. Be bold. Freya says, unleash your adventurous side, take risks, and be daring, which I love. And she has the companion by her side with the golden eyes. And that's what the Fool is all about, taking a risk, taking a leap of faith. And you're ready to do that now. And you've got, again, this focused vision. You know exactly what you want, and you deserve to get it. And you know that now. This guiding children. You are good at helping, counseling, and healing children. Use your skills to help children now. But I think what you've learned through this journey so far is Loving your inner self as much as you love children and animals also reflects out and helps be that great example that you want to be in this new life that you're creating. So, welcome to your new journey. You've earned it. And I hope that it's not a rocky ride, that it's as easy as you deserve. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Hello, Group 3. If you chose this Dreamer card, it is still the Fool, but in this deck, the Angel deck, it is called the Dreamer with it, again, the 0, which is a blank slate. And it says, a leap of faith, follow your dreams, unexpected opportunities. This group is very creative. And I feel like you chose this card because you are ready to step through this portal. And I feel like you've been here before. You remembered what it was like and you wanted to, oh, there's the doves coming down to eat some oats. So you love animals, you love mystical creatures, and you want to get back into that world. So you're being offered this opportunity to take your creativity to a whole new level. And so you're ready to step through this portal with these magical creatures and more animals, more animal friends. And you're being guided, you're being protected and guided. So that is really cool. So your cat tarot cards here, we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, and the in reverse, the King of Swords. So I find this very fascinating because we've got this natural energy here, we've got a garden here, we've got a garden here and a garden here, and there's this green here, and again this green here in this. We've got butterflies and birds, and this portal that you're going into has some rainbow colors, but it's mostly green. So definitely heart centered energy, and you're definitely ready to follow your heart, and it will lead you to victory. You've got 2 6s, which I love. So if you follow my channel, you will find that I love 6s. So I probably say that every single time because I do. The perfect design number is 3. So you've got 2 3s. It's an equal give and take. It's a wonderful balance in so many ways. So in this case, you have equal give and take. You're sharing. And I feel like you love to share. You do things because you want to share them, and that motivates you tremendously. It's allowing you to have this Ace of Pentacles on this new journey that you've recently embarked on. You're able to pull this gate aside and look at what's beyond it. You've been in this garden for a while. You've had victory. You have people who admire and appreciate you, and you can see all the cats in the trees here. And it's led you to this opportunity to sit on a throne in a leadership role. But I feel like you're not choosing that at this moment because you know that you are a natural leader, but it's not, you don't really want to elevate yourself above other people. You see yourself as very humble, and you just want to do your thing and be left alone, and also share with people. So you don't necessarily want to oversee people. So that's why this is in reverse. You are a leader. You don't necessarily need to sit on a throne to be a leader. We have revitalize your nervous system, number 31, which is a 4. And that's very much about stability and stability of your heart. That's what this is all about, because you are extremely creative. I feel like you are divinely guided. You have a star family that gives you ideas all the time. You have a spirit team who protects you, and they've got your back. So you can just glow and share your energy, and that is where you'd like to be the most. living by example. Because this is a 6. Oh my gosh, I just realized this is a 6 when you add it together. So you've got 3 sixes, which is amazing, amazing energy. This is very balanced, very loving, very caring, and sharing and receiving and giving, equally. Um, so I love that you got that. And undying love. This is who you are. You love to love. You just love to give love. You do things out of love. And whether it's interpreted that way always may not come across, but that is your intention, is doing things with love. The love you have shared is eternal, regardless of the situation. All this rainbow energy around you, that's what you have. You have a rainbow aura, and you just love to spread that energy, and it's so beautiful. And I feel like that's why the dove just came down and now just left, because it's all about that peaceful energy. Boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. So this is really important. If it doesn't feel like something that's right for you, saying no in the most gentle way possible, because I feel like you're very gentle about that. You're not a harsh person. And it's important for you to find a way to put boundaries on things that take away from your creative juice. You have a lot of creative juice. And I feel like being in nature is really supporting you in that creative juiciness. It gives you great vibes, and you need that. And so things that take you away from that are detrimental to you. So finding a way to say, not right now, or that that doesn't work for me. That's fine if it works for you. Those kinds of things. If you can't say no in a strong way, just say it like that. I love that you got these last 2 cards. Don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? Divine passion. This mountain is erupting. It's not one that you have to climb over. It's erupting. And Pele is, she is so passionate. She's unapologetically passionate. And that is who you are. You had this flame over your heart. It's internal as well as external. You share this passion with the world, and it's so vital and important. We need this energy. We need your energy. And so finding a way that you've had victories in the past, so you will continue to have victories, and just sharing this energy, but also being aware that certain energies can take away from this creative juice that you have and that you enjoy sharing. So just keep doing your creative gifts. Keep focusing on those creative gifts, because you are offering the world beautiful things. So keep going, don't back down, keep that passion alive, and you're doing the right thing. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the next reading.